Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. It's nice to see you again. How are you feeling with everything going on?
A little better, I guess.
A little better? Well, that's good. Today's appointment, I wanted to just jump right in and start doing a genogram first. A genogram is just, it's like a family tree. I know, I know that's going to be a little complicated with our situation. But I just wanted to start with you in the center. And I just wanted to ask, who are your familial relationships? I know we talked about that we don't know your parents, your biological parents, but do you have any other ones? I think we mentioned your grandma.
Well, primarily my grandma, I guess.
Okay.
It's kind of hard. I mean, I guess growing up in the foster care system, like I had some pretty stable, like I had one set of foster parents who were pretty stable in my life. I don't know if that really counts, but their names were Andy and May. They were kind of like a parental figure for me growing up.
Okay. And are they still in your life now?
I talk to them sometimes, but we're not super close as we used to go. Used to be.
So for your grandma, I put a very thick line because you guys seem to be very solid, like a good connection there. For Andy and May, I think I'm gonna do a week. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, that's
just because you
reasonable.
guys talk sometimes, you know, but they were.
I know that they're always there for me, but like we're not really like connected as much anymore.
Right. Okay. Did you have anybody else that was like family, like any siblings?
Like I said, I don't know if I have any siblings.
Oh, that's right.
But I know my grandma has a brother. His name's Uncle John that we see sometimes. He's kind of in and out, but.
Okay. So how close are you to your grandma's brother, John?
We're okay. Like he's always over at her house sometimes. So like we're on good terms, but we don't really like interact a whole lot.
Okay, so I'm gonna draw just a weak line from your grandma to grandma's brother, John. Okay, would that be fair? Because it seems like you guys have like a very
kind of a weak connection.
Distant, right?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of family, I think that's pretty much who's all in my life right now.
Okay. And for the second document that I wanted to do today was an ecomap. And an ecomap is just something that we do to identify a lot of relationships you have with people either outside of your family or maybe club you're in at school. Maybe the school can be one, just different things, you know, that aren't always people, but it's good to know like where we can find like resources for you and stuff like that, or where you went before. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna tuck this in your file, okay? And for this one, I think we can start with you in the center again. Can you tell me some different things that you do in the community? I think we talked about you're in school.
Yeah, so I go to school at Millersville.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, and then I work at Giant nearby.
And how would you say your relationship is with school?
With school, I mean, like I said, I enjoy it and I get good grades, but sometimes it's kind of like weighs on my mental health a little bit.
Okay, so for school, I'm just gonna put like a little barbell on it.
Okay.
We'll call it a barbell. Because it seems like school, you have a pretty good relationship, but it just like weighs on you a lot. Okay, and then we talked about work.
Yeah.
So that's right. And how would you say like everything is going at work? How are you getting along with your coworkers, your boss?
It's okay. I work in the deli section, so like it's a lot of like quick orders, and sometimes it's hard to keep up. But generally, everyone there is kind of nice, and I don't know. I kind of keep to myself.
Okay. So we'll draw just a regular line then. It sounds like things are pretty good at work.
Yeah, for
just
the
kind of
most part,
average.
it's just kind of stressful.
Right. And so for school, I saw on some of your forms that we filled out that you're an SGA. Do you want to
Yeah.
talk about that a little bit more?
So like I said, I got a lot of scholarships from my school, and I just really like being involved. But
Okay.
it's hard to be involved with everything going on lately. I haven't really done a whole lot with SGA recently, but I would like to if I had time.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna write in the SGA, just bubble on your ecomap here that you would like to be more involved. Does
Yeah,
that sound fair?
yeah.
Okay. Okay, and then are you a part of any other clubs, any other activities, like things you like to do at school?
I do tutor sometimes when I
Okay.
can, but other than that, not really.
Okay, do you know what subjects or classes that you tutor?
Primarily English classes, yeah. I want to be a writer, so
That's amazing.
yeah.
I noticed some of your strengths are a lot of the same strengths that a lot of writers have. And it seems like, you would have, quite like a life, to write about it. That's what you choose. So I think that would be a really awesome,
Yeah.
choice for you. Okay. And how would you say your relationship is, like your relationships at school, like with SGA? Do you feel like you're a little bit more distant from them just because you
Yeah, I
aren't there
guess
as
so.
much?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna draw like a faded line if that's okay. And with your tutoring sessions, do you feel like that's been impacted by your situation now?
Yeah, I feel like I haven't been able to help out as much.
Okay. And I also wanted to go over any other things in the community that you have a relationship with. Maybe on this document, we can put some good resources for
Okay.
you to use too.
I can't really think of anything in the community as much that I could use.
Okay. Do you know if your grandma uses any resources that maybe you guys share? I know some of my other clients, sometimes they write down that they spend a lot of time like at the laundromat. Sometimes people, spend a lot of time like with friends or just any people relationships that are outside of your family.
I do see friends occasionally. Like I have a couple coworkers at work that I'm friends with, and sometimes we'll do something afterwards, but very rarely. And then my
Okay.
grandma goes to church every Sunday, but I just drop her off. She can't really get around too well, so.
Okay. So I'll put that. Have you ever met or talked with your grandma's church friends at
Not
any
really. I
events?
just drop her off.
Okay. Do you have any family friends?
No, not really.
No.
It's just kind of us most of the time. We just kind of keep to ourselves.
I'm just gonna write that down just so I don't forget
Okay.
later. And I also like to document stuff just to make sure that we remember what we discussed then. And I noticed that you said that you drop your grandma off at church. Does your grandma have a car or transportation?
No, she got her license suspended, so I take her when I can borrow a car. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, and other than school and work, do you feel like you have any like friends or close ones like at school, in your classes maybe?
There's like a couple classmates that I talk to, but I'm not super close to any of them.
Okay. Okay, so I think so far this is a really good start. And I also wanted you just to make sure everything on your eco map looks okay, or if you had any questions, concerns, comments, I'll pull out your other paper too. For your genogram or just your family map, this is what we had. And if there are any updates or anything, then please just let me know.
Okay.
Or if we ever did by chance find out like who your parents were and you wanted to talk about it, then that's okay too, okay?
Okay.
I just wanted to let you know.
Yeah, everything looks good so far.
Okay, do you have any questions or
Not right
anything?
now.
Okay, now how do you feel like we're progressing on your goals? Do you feel like we're getting
I feel
in a
like
good
it,
pace?
yeah.
Okay,
Gradually.
yeah, gradually.
Mhm.
Any progress is progress, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have an appointment then for next week then? Are we still good for that?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, that sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Thank you for coming in today and thank you as usual for being vulnerable and sharing everything with me. This is a safe space as we discussed earlier, but I really just wanted to thank you for that.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Okay, I'll see
See
you
you
next
next
time.
week.